How did they attack you? Did they at all attack you? I think one article I saw is they attacked you for you being a Christian or something like that. What was that article about?
Yeah, I mean, that was the kind of the play that they made from the beginning. Instead of actually acknowledging that there was a problem and taking the necessary steps to fix it, what they did was they tried to deflect, they tried to deny that there was a problem, and then they tried to discredit those who were raising the problem. Like me, like victims, like so many other. I mean, at one point we had 600 organizations that were involved in this fight. But what they did was they tried to say, look, this is just a religious, right-wing moral crusade against people who hate sex and want sex removed from the internet completely. Don't listen to anything they say. And that was their play.
Inside Exodus, the shady evangelical group with Trump ties waging war on PornHub. Is this it?
I mean, it's one of many articles that were written like that.
So who wrote this, by the way? What site is this?
This is the Daily Beast. I mean, the Daily Beast is essentially, unfortunately, in my opinion, with the stuff that they've produced, that is actually blatant lies about the movement, a glorified tabloid.
But they don't have the same credibility. I mean, I don't know if they've had it. They just don't. That's 4 years ago. The picketing and launching hotline, anti-trafficking campaigns against Pornhub, strange.
And that's what Solomon said here, right? So Solomon was here, and you know what he said? He said that Trafficking Hub was started by a group called Morality and Media that's been picketing against sex shops since, he said, the 80s and 90s. I was born in 1982. I founded Trafficking Hub, okay? I started Trafficking Hub. I mean, you could play exactly what he said. It is just a blatant lie, because they say, oh, they're conflating trafficking and sex work. The only one conflating trafficking and sex work and porn is PornHub by hosting real sexual abuse and crime against actual legal videos. I mean, you could play what he actually said. It's a complete lie. We've had people from left and right. Atheists have joined this fight alongside Muslims and Christians. We've had people who are pro-porn and anti-porn, left-wing outlets with right-wing outlets, because simply we can all agree that nobody should be raped and trafficked for profit on the world's largest porn site.
Rob, is this when he says that, or is this when I ask, are you a man of faith?
This is when you ask.
Are you a man of faith?
Yes.
Go ahead and play the clip. Go back a little bit.
I am a man of faith, right? Then you have a safer internet.
I think that's the wrong
one.
one.
Are you a man of faith?
I know. Okay. Yeah.
I am a man of faith.
You would say you are?
Yeah.
Are you ever conflicted?
I think that the work we are doing in an industry, whether you like it or not, right? And we happen to we like the people we work with. We like the industry, okay? It will exist. So to be part of the movement that's going to make it safer, not by getting 2.5 million, shut it down, have a petition, be nasty, but by actually doing the work, investing in making it safer, I think this is an extraordinarily positive thing to do.
And destigmatization as well, because one of the realities is that this is a very stigmatized industry, right? And we know full fact that when there is increased stigma, right, there's increased violence. So whenever we have...
I'm listening. I'm just breathing hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got a big nose. When I breathe, the whole city...
Credit for that.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
I don't know.
I want to tell you something about Solomon. I think this is important to the context of this conversation. And I reported this in Newsweek, and you can pull it up if you want. I wrote an article in July. It's called, Pornhub is still a crime scene even after its rebrand. You can pull that up. Solomon, actually is a criminal defense attorney that has a history of representing pedo criminals in court. Okay. So he's represented all kinds of criminals, but he has had a specialty in those who are pedophiles. And he actually publicly congratulated the sinking of a massive child pornography case in Canada that involved over 7,300 videos of child sexual abuse, including over 2,000 videos of infants being raped by grown men. Okay? This is a documented case that happened in Canada.
Wait.
And go to the Newsweek article. Go ahead right there.
Is that it, Rob?
Yes, you can click on those links and you could see that he actually congratulated the sinking of this case. He said it on Twitter. He's since locked his Twitter account down.
And he was a criminal MT
Yes, and so if
congratulates
you-
Weinstein defend illegal computer search by Ottawa police, sinks child porn case, Ottawa citizen.
Now, if you go back and you can link to the archive of the article he shared, he did it twice where he congratulated the sinking of this case. If you click on 7,730 images, okay? Go ahead. I think you could click on that. Can you click on that?
It's loading right now.
Oh, okay.
It might take a second.
There you go. So there's the case. And in the case, you can see the details of the amount of child porn that was on this man's device. And he's congratulating the sinking of that case. Okay? So that's who, we're talking about as the face of ethical capital partners. And it's no wonder that they wouldn't be honest about what they're currently doing, what's happened in the past. And I just think that it's really important to expose the truth about this company, who they are, and what's actually currently going on.
So what's this here? This is illegal computer search by Ottawa police, sinks child porn case. Judge acquits man found with 7,730 explicit images on flash drives. This is the man that got, he was representing him?
No, it was a colleague and a criminal defense attorney. And so he was just saying, congratulations, good job. You sunk a massive child porn case on a technicality. And so I think the point that I want to make here is that character matters, right? And if you could lie about something as easily like a proven lie that says that Trafficking Hub was started by a group that used to protest sex shops in the 80s and 90s. This is easily, they have investigated Trafficking Hub deeply. They know exactly who started it, what it's about, who's involved. And if you would lie about something so simple as that, then how could you trust anything that they're saying?
You're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the last 13 and a half years, I've been working on my first fiction book to write, ever. Fiction book to write. And while I finished this book, a year ago, I got the strangest phone call about one of the characters in the book where the guy wanted to meet with me and he read the book. And afterwards is like, wait a minute, am I the villain in the book? This is a story about a character named Asher, who is half Armenian, half Assyrian, whose father was involved in the Iranian Revolution, linked to Savak, working with the Shah, that they escape and he gets recruited to a secret society. Well, when you go to the secret society, it's been around for a couple thousand years. They've developed some of the craziest leaders of all time. And they test you. There's unique tests that they have at this society where they test to see your emotional mental toughness. One of the tests that they have is very rigorous. It's purely mental. Of course, there's a physical one, but one is mental and emotional. If you're Armenian, if you're Syrian, if you're Persian, this is a book you're going to be reading and saying, holy moly, this is the kind of stuff you talk about in here? Yes. If you're somebody that's fascinated by history, this is a book for you. Characters. There's a technology that this society, secret society, builds where you go into a vault. I won't spoil it for you. When you go down, they have a technology where you get to sit down and watch and have a 3-4 hour conversation with Tupac. You can set up a debate between Karl Marx and Ayn Rand. Karl Marx is in the book, who wrote Communist Manifesto. Ayn Rand, who wrote Atlas Shrugged, is in the book. Marilyn Monroe explains the concept of seduction and sex in the book. When you read the book, it's about development of the next leaders in the world and how they do it and how they've been doing it for many years. And it's also about how to prevent the end of civilization and how this organization goes about doing it. So, I've never written a parenting book before, but if I ever wrote a parenting book, this is the closest thing to it because it's all mindset, a lot of crazy stories. Again, 13 and a half years. Trust me, I told myself I will not publish this book until I sell my insurance company and I'm fully disconnected from it, where it's no longer my responsibility 100%. When you read this, if you're a creative person, if you like fiction books, if you enjoyed Atlas Shrugged, or if you enjoy Divergent, if you like books like that, I think you're going to enjoy reading this book. It's the creative side. Business books is very easy. Here's how you do it. Here's how this how it works. This is very creative. If you haven't placed the order yet, now you can order it on Simon & Schuster, Amazon. I'm going to put the link up below somewhere here, maybe even in my profile. Go order the book and read it. I've never written a book where I can't wait to read your reviews to see what you think about this book. So I'm going on this wild journey and we have some plans with this book here. If you support the things that I work on, I would appreciate you going and reading the book, order the book on Amazon, and then post a review. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.